For number 76, alright, it's 2 root 2. So if we go on to the method here, okay, what we can do is we're just going to try and find our formulas, okay? So the first one is multiply, okay? The first rule we have is multiplying numbers, where we add the powers together. Now, to identify a multiplication problem, you'll notice that there's nothing in between the 2 and the root 2. That means they're actually being multiplied by each other. So technically speaking, this question is actually this. That's actually technically the question. And then what we know is that root 2 is 2 to the power of a half. Okay? Multiply by 2 to the power of a half to the power of 3. Now what we have to do is we have to deal with what's in the brackets first. To deal with what's in the brackets first, we look at the rules again, and we're going to use the multiplication rules, where we're going to add the powers together, okay? So when we add the powers together, what we're going to get is 2 to the power of 3 over 2 to the power of 2, okay? Then we're going to go back, and we're going to try and identify a rule where we have one big number, a power, inside the brackets with another power outside. We go back to the rules, and we identify this as rule number 3. Big number, power inside the brackets, a power outside. So what this will lead us to is multiplying the two of these together. 2 times 3 over 2 is 2 to the power of 3. Now, for question 80, you're told that it has to be 2 to the power of n, 3 to the power of n, 5 to the power of n, or 7 to the power of n. We identified that 125 is more than likely going to be divisible by 5. So, how many 5s make up 125? 5 multiplied by 5 is 25, multiplied by another 5 is 125. That's going to give you 5 to the power of 3, and the square root sign means to the power of a half. You once again go to your rules, you search out the rule you're looking for, and what we're actually looking for is rule number 3 again. Okay? A power with another power outside. So what we do here is we multiply the two powers by each other, and what we're going to get is 5 to the power of 3 over 2. Now we're on question 84. And for question 84, what we need to do is this. First of all, deal with what's inside the brackets. And what's inside the brackets is the square root of 3. And we can call that 3 to the power of a half to the power of 2. We now need to find a power that works for this. You go to your questions and you go, where do I have a fraction with a power outside it? And if you go down to number 5 has a fraction with a power outside it. So the fraction with the power outside it is basically, we're going to have 1 squared divided by, so we're going to multiply the 2 by the powers. 1 to the power of 1 equals 1 squared. The 2 goes down there, multiplies to 3. 2 times a half is 3 to the power of 2. And what we know about 1 squared is always 1. 3 to the power of 2. Now we have to get rid of a fraction that has no brackets and turn it into 3 to the power of something. So we go back to our rules again, and we go, I need 1 on top and an index on the bottom. I go to rule number 7. 1 with a number to the power. All I got to do is bring the a to the top and change the sign. So all I got to do here is say it's 3 to the power of minus 2. Okay? Next thing. Next question. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to once again work out the brackets. To work out the brackets, I'm first of all going to change the 8. Root 8 is the same as root 2 cubed. 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 is 8. Then we know the rule is that the square root sign means to the power of a half. And this will give us finally 2 to the power of 3 over divided by 2 to the power of 2. Once again, deal with what's inside the brackets. You're going to go back and you're going to go to rule number 2, which is the division rule. Take the powers away from each other. So we're going to take the powers away from each other. 3 over 2 minus 1 is 3 over 2 minus 1 is a half. A half to the power of 2. Shh. A half to the power of 2 is 1, because you have to multiply the powers. And then you're going to get 2 to the power of 1. The final one we have to do is we got to convert root 3 to 3 to the power of a half. We convert 9 to 3 squared. We convert the squared here. And then what we can do is we can multiply out the powers. Okay? We can multiply out the powers. And what we're going to get is... Okay, what we're going to get here is 3 to the power of 2 multiplied by a half. 2 multiplied by a half is 1. 2 multiplied by 2 is 3 to the power of 4. And when you have division, you take away the powers, and then you get 3 to the power of 1 minus 4, which is 3 to the power of minus 3. Okay?